Do black people benefit from the Electoral College vote? The Electoral College is a unique system used in the United States to elect the president and vice president. Rather than a direct popular vote, each state is allocated a certain number of electors based on its representation in Congress. The candidate who wins the majority of votes in a state typically receives all of that state's electoral votes. This system has been the subject of ongoing debate, particularly regarding its impact on minority groups, including Black Americans. Historical context: the Electoral College was established in the late 18th century as a compromise between electing the president by a vote in Congress and by popular vote. At the time, the system was influenced by the political realities of slavery and the Three-Fifths Compromise, which counted enslaved people as 3/5 of a person for purposes of representation. This gave Southern states more influence in presidential elections, despite the disenfranchisement of black people. Impact on black voters. Representation in swing states. Black voters are often concentrated in certain states, many of which are not considered swing states in presidential elections. Because the Electoral College focuses campaign attention on a handful of battleground states, black voters in reliably red or blue states may feel their votes carry less weight in determining the outcome of the election. Disproportionate influence. The winner-take-all system used by most states can dilute the influence of black voters, especially in states where they are a minority. For example, if a state consistently votes for one party, the votes of black residents who support the other party may not impact the allocation of electoral votes. Voter suppression and access. Historically, black Americans have faced barriers to voting, including voter suppression tactics and restrictive laws. The Electoral College does not address these issues and, in some cases, may exacerbate them by reducing the incentive for candidates to campaign in states with significant black populations if those states are not competitive. Arguments for and against the Electoral College. Arguments that it benefits black voters. In some swing states with significant black populations, such as Georgia and Michigan, black voters can play a decisive role in the outcome of the election. The Electoral College can amplify the influence of minority voters in closely contested states. Arguments that it does not benefit black voters. The system can marginalize black voters in states where their preferred candidate is unlikely to win. A national popular vote could ensure that every vote counts equally, potentially increasing the political power of black voters across the country. The historical roots of the Electoral College are tied to compromises that disenfranchised black Americans. Recent trends. Recent elections have shown that black voters can be pivotal in swing states. For example, high black voter turnout in Georgia and Michigan contributed to the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. However, in many other states, the Electoral College system means that the votes of black Americans do not directly impact the allocation of electoral votes. Conclusion. The benefits of the Electoral College for black Americans are mixed and depend largely on geographic location and the competitiveness of individual states. While black voters can have significant influence in certain swing states, the system as a whole can dilute their impact in states where they are not the majority or where the outcome is predetermined. Ongoing debates about electoral reform often focus on whether a national popular vote would provide a more equitable system for all voters, including black Americans.